Few years ago, my wife and I went to this resort for our honeymoon. And here's the thing I still remember, not the beach, not the room, but the arrival. We land, we walk out of the airport into a wall of heat, and there's a guy holding a sign with my name on it in a private car. Doors are ready to go. It's already cold inside. There's cold drinks waiting. We didn't touch our luggage, not once. And then we get to the resort. Somebody takes the bags, hands me a cold towel, hands me a glass of champagne, and says, "Mr. Kosmala, we're so excited you're here." And then they walked us to do a tour of the property, then to our room where the luggage was already waiting. Every step, somebody was carrying us to the next step. Now, here's why I'm telling you this, because most of us, me included, for years, we run the exact opposite of that for the people who just paid us, and it is quietly killing your business. Not loudly, but quietly, which is often the most expensive kind. So today, I want to ruin the word onboarding for you a little bit, because by the end of this, you're not going to be able to send that welcome email the same way ever again. Here's the reframe. You think the sale ends when the card gets charged, but it doesn't. That's the moment you start selling hardest. We treat checkout like a finish line, but really I think of it as a starting gun. Somebody once told me, sales is a process, not an event. The swipe of the credit card, that's not the win. That's the beginning. And the second someone pays you, most creators do the one thing you cannot do. They stop selling, they go quiet, they think, great, they're in, my job is done. Your job just changed, it didn't end. So what does most onboarding actually look like? Well, somebody pays, they get the automated Assist Me email that says your subscription has started, and then maybe a welcome note that's really a feature tour. Here's where the catalog lives. Here's how to find the community. Here's the app. Here's the login. Good luck. That's not a welcome. That's a receipt with directions. And if you want to know something, the word explain, if you go look it up, it literally comes from a root that means to flatten, to make flat. So every time you explain your platform to a new member, here's the menu, here's the buttons, here's the 60 things you can do. You are flattening the exact excitement they walked in with. You're taking the person who just said yes, who's leaning in and ready, and you're handing them a manual. That's the McDonald's version. Nothing wrong with McDonald's. Nothing wrong with McDonald's, but nobody's carrying your bags. Nobody's expecting you. You get the thing and the rest is on you. And then we're confused when these customers start to drift. Here's a part I need you to actually feel. Just because someone bought the thing does not mean they know how to win with the thing. And that gap, that is not their fault. That is on you and that is on us. People don't quit because they're lazy. They quit because nobody made them feel early and fast that this was going to work for them. And here's the piece that flips it. How someone gets sold determines how they show up. How someone gets sold determines how they show up. If you sell somebody an easy button, this will change your life. Just press play. They'll tap out the first time it gets even a little inconvenient. But if you welcome someone like the resort, if you carry them those first few steps, they show up ready to do the work. It's the same person, but a totally different member. The only variable is how you brought them in the door. Okay, if you take one thing from this whole episode, take this next part, because this is where it stops being a nice idea and becomes something you do on Monday. And real quick, this is exactly the kind of thing I go deeper on every week in my newsletter, The Growth Memo. It's just me once a week in your inbox, working through the stuff I'm seeing on coaching calls with people just like you. No pitch, no fluff. If this episode's landing, that's where the rest of the conversation lives. You can use the link on screen or in the description wherever you're listening. Come hang out over there. All right, so back to it, because I told you I built the opposite of the resort for years, and I want to tell you exactly how wrong I was. So, confession time. Back when I ran a membership myself, or was a part of running a membership myself, years before I was coaching anybody, I built our whole onboarding around the stuff I thought was sticky, the stuff that I loved: community, live streams, the app. I was convinced, get them into the community, get them on the app on their phone, and they'll never leave. So every welcome email I wrote hammered that. Join the community, download the app, join the community, download the app. And then I saw some data that kind of embarrassed me, because the single biggest predictor of whether somebody stays by a long shot wasn't the community and it wasn't the app. It was whether they actually watched something, whether they got the win they came for. Get a new member to watch a few things in those first days, and the odds they stick around go absolutely through the roof. I had built the whole welcome around what impressed me, not around what they actually came for. And I had to throw it out and start all over. And that's the trap. We onboard people into the stuff that we're proud of, and they just wanted the one thing that they paid for. So here's the move, and there's just one. Stop giving new members a tour and give them a win. The first thing you put in front of someone should not be a map of everything. It should be the one thing they came for, one video, one workout, one session, the single fastest path to the feeling that made them pay you. Because that, pointing them at the win, that is what you continue to sell. You already told them it would work. Now you show them in the first 48 hours before the excitement flattens out. You're not explaining the platform, you're delivering the payoff again on purpose. That's the resort. That's the cold towel and the champagne and the car and the we've been expecting you. It's not more features. It's somebody carrying them to the first win before they have a chance to wander off on their own. So here's your homework, and it's just one thing this week. Go sign up for your own membership. Actually do it. Go through your own front door as if you were a stranger who just paid. Read what lands in your inbox. Feel what it feels like, and then rewrite one email. Email number 1, the very first thing a new member gets. Rewrite it so it does exactly one job. It points them at one video to watch in the next 48 hours. Not the tour, not the 10 features, but one win, the thing that they came for. And that's it. One email. You can do that before your next content drop. And it might do more for your retention than anything else you touch this month. So checkout isn't the finish line. It's the starting gun. And the first 48 hours are you standing at the airport holding a sign with their name on it. Don't hand them a manual. Carry their bags. And look, if you want the actual step-by-step of how I build a welcome sequence that does this, I put the whole thing in an onboarding playbook. It's the exact framework, the emails, the timing, all of it. It's free. Grab it at the link wherever you're listening in the description and go rebuild that first email. But here's what's been sitting in the back of my head this whole episode, because a great welcome gets somebody in. It gets them to that first win. It's not what keeps them at month 4, month 9. The honeymoon ends for everybody. And what happens after the welcome is a completely different machine. That's where we're going next time, because getting someone to stay after the excitement wears off, that's the part almost nobody builds on purpose. So I'll see you then. Go rewrite that email, and I'll see you in the next one.